Some of you would remember last year, this is a video from last year, some of you would remember, especially my investment clients, would remember that let's take the blame or credit to it, I was recommending St. Kitts and Nevis and other Caribbean islands, but specifically a niche area of investing, and that was to take a look at homes that had been ravished by hurricanes. The owners had usually no insurance, and that's the thing, it's hurricane insurance, could not afford to rebuild, and so some of these homes were abandoned. Not spectacular, but very robust structure, cinder blocks, plumbing, etc. But in many cases, the roofs, galvanized roofs, had been torn off. So it was just a question of maybe replacing that, refurbishing the places, of course, and so on. Let's listen to what we had to say then. So if you could come in a bit closer, I'm not sure. Well, let's take a look at the volume on this. Is that max? We were at max, but I speak softly. Carry a big stick.
Based in Christoph Harbor and the multi-million-dollar mansions and timeshares, citizenship by investment, etc. But we're also going to be looking at some, I think, spectacular investment opportunities that are there just because of homes that have been partially ravaged by time or just neglect or by hurricanes, and offer a very good rate of return on investment if done in the proper way.
So a very good return on investment if done in the proper way. And the key there is the proper way. Remember, these aren't just homes that are ravished by hurricanes. These are also homes that have been abandoned because, well, in a more romantic kind of vision, parents build and think that children who have left will come back to the romantic homestead. That generally doesn't happen. Once the parents die, let's put it bluntly, kids who come home don't want to go back to the village. What they want to do is stay at the Marriott. They want to stay at the Four Seasons and have the great vacation just like everyone else. So these places, let's not even get into the infighting that can happen among siblings once money and real estate is involved. That kind of truculence, that kind of simmering angst goes back to biblical times when guys were offering, houses, and guys said, well, no, take that land over there, no. So this is something that's ongoing. How can we as investors take advantage of it? One of the, let's just clue in and tell you where St. Kitts Nevis is, for those of you who don't know. This is the Arc of the Caribbean. So you have Santo Domingo, Jamaica, of course, because some of the Jamaicans don't realize that they're in the Caribbean. You have Trinidad and Tobago. Some people include Guyana, British Guyana, if you speak. But right in around the middle of this arc is, let's just zoom in a bit. So we're going right there by where you see St. John's. We're going to go in, and there is St. Kitts Nevis, right here. So now, if you look at this, St. Kitts Nevis has come out a bit. I'll show you that St. Kitts and Nevis, they're a twin nation state. So St. Kitts is here, Nevis is here. This area here, called the Southern Peninsula, is only divided by, I think it's about 4 miles, but generally the main ferry goes from Basseterre to Charlestown, which are kind of the two major towns from Basseterre to Charlestown, coming through this. This is called the Channel. And however, notice that this distance here has now become another route. Especially if you're taking a boat or there's a ferry that comes to the peninsula, you can actually drive your cars on. So apart from it not having a bridge, it may as well be connected because they connected. I think they're very elegant solutions in terms of travel, where you can drive your car onto the ferry and take a trip to Nevis and then drive it back. Now, if you, part of my interest came back looking at Nevis was partly, I think, inspired by my brother, who is another Walwyn, who is actually a corporate lawyer, but who's also licensed, registered. His specific practice is multi-jurisdictional law. and he is licensed in a number of countries, but specifically St. Kitts and Nevis as well. So, as you know, part of what we advertise is brilliant solutions to difficult real estate problems. So, let's get back to St. Kitts Nevis. If we take a look here, this is kind of how Nevis looks. And the reason that I'm enamored with Nevis, almost in love with it, Nevis is more exclusive. So it's not party central as though St. Kitts is. It's more exclusive, it's quainter. This is where Justin Trudeau vacationed earlier this year. This is where Four Seasons decided to build one of the hotels, one of their hotels that I think is now rated as one of the top location in the Caribbean, depending on who's doing the rating. But this is it. So this is Nevis, this is Charlestown, this is where the ferry comes in, public library, Cotton Ground, what they call Wally Beach, spelled O-U-A-L-I-E. Of course, I have to tell you about my buddy Alistair Yearwood and the kind of trouble that we used to get in high school. This is not for YouTube. Newcastle, Windward Sands, etc. Manning. So you can see that you can go right around the island. This is Gingerland. My grandmother was in Church Ground. My parents lived in what's called Bath Village. The hot springs, thermal energy. We'll break this down a bit more, but an island that is unique, has intrigue, has exclusivity, has the things that people like us love. If you go in, let's drill down a bit and see what's going on here. So if you come in closer to the downtown area, you can actually see all of the houses and see just where each house is. We couldn't do this back in the 1900s when I was born. However, it's amazing what we can do now with the satellite view and with the ability to point out different areas to people who have never visited the island. So what I'm going to be doing is actually looking for the owners of places that I've identified as high potential in terms of investment, meaning value added. We will partner with the owners of these houses. We will partner with them, offer to give them cash injection, get local contractors to help build. Hopefully the government should be helping us with this, because what it means is that it makes the whole environment more appealing, more compelling to visitors who are passing through. If we do this, and also just provide the roofs like what we do in real estate. In most cases, a lot of these places just need the roof. I think that we have fantastic opportunity there. So that's the plan. Stay with us if you can.